Anyways, let's talk about Superman Man of Tomorrow. This is a 4K UHD disc. Clearly, I probably shouldn't have had to say that. This is released by Warner Brothers, also by DC. It is a venture into their animated film series for the DC Comics. But let's talk about whether or not you should buy this in 5 minutes or less. I am going to say yes, you should, and I'm going to say that you should pick this up on 4K. So why should you buy this in 5 minutes or less? Go. Well, let's talk about the film. So this is actually interesting because I will say that many of these DC animated films I have not enjoyed. I just haven't enjoyed them at all. I think that there's a lot better out there in terms of animated DC storytelling. Really, Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, the Justice League Unlimited movies. Those are all really, really good DC animated features, and these films have never held a candle to those, in my opinion. So I will say I was going into this with very low opinions, very low expectations, and I was surprised pleasantly. I actually thought this is not a retcon of Superman's background at all. This is not. This is it starts with a young adult Clark Kent. We'll call him that. Not even young adult. Yeah, young adult, like in his 20s. And he's an intern at the Daily Planet. And I just thought this did a wonderful job of kind of telling an early Superman story. It wasn't offensive. It didn't abandon any motivations that you expect to see with this character. It didn't take this character in a new direction that's offensive or disturbing like Last Jedi did with Luke Skywalker. It did none of that. It honestly respected the character. It respected what Superman is, what he should be. It just told a little bit of a different story into how he met Lois Lane and how he kind of learned to use his powers and got his suit. And I thought it was very well told. The 4K, in terms of comparing this to the Blu-ray and why I think you should actually pick this up in 4K, it is a step above the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray of this looks really good. The 4K of this looks great. I mean, honestly, this is a great piece of animation on 4K. The lines there's more refined color saturation in the 4K version versus the Blu-ray. Again, this is a very good Blu-ray, but the 4K is just much better. Colors are handled better. The bit rate of this is 4 to 5 times higher on 4K than it is Blu-ray. You're just getting a better presentation of the film. The lines, so what I thought was interesting was the lines. The character lines, so like the delineation between the character and the background, those lines were more vibrant and more obvious than they were on the Blu-ray. Also, the art style of this is a little different than what you expect with some of the previous DC animated features. This almost looks a lot more like Archer, really. That would be a great comparison, actually, the animation style of Archer with this film. The story doesn't retcon, it doesn't ruin the character. It's an enjoyable film. There's a decent amount of extras on here. You get a little feature about Lobo, a little feature about Martian Manhunter, and you get from the vault 2 bonus cartoons from the DC animated universe. My cons here, you get a DTS 5.1 mix. It's an average mix. I didn't think there was anything spectacular with this audio mix. It's the same audio mix, though, that's on the Blu-ray, so there's no difference there in between the two. But honestly, if you buy this on 4K, you're going to get a better presentation than you are on the Blu-ray. So I would say just ship out the extra money, get this on Blu-ray. This is not a bad movie. This is not a bad DC animated feature. And I'm hoping going forward, we're going to get more like this and less like some of The Killing Joke, which I hated. Should you buy